Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today, like usual, we have a lot of information to go over. There's a ton of new games to check out, we have an update for the VR MMO Zenith, Facebook now has over 10,000 people working on VR and AR, we have a new standalone headset coming in 2021, and we have to discuss what the hell is HTC doing. So let's not waste any more time and jump right into this. So let's just start off with a very quick update to Population 1. Super Advanced War Mode has just recently dropped and will be going on until March 22nd. This is a minor update to the 9-on-9 War Mode you are currently playing right now, and it just places each team on opposing sides of the map. There's also a few bug fixes and minor game changes, like the soda can will heal double the amount of health now. Again, this is a small update, but Population 1 just keeps giving us a reason to return to their game. Now, if Population 1 isn't your style and you're looking for something new, the Oculus App Lab has just added over a dozen new titles. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole list, but I will mention a few that either have a very positive reputation or I have tried myself. The insanely popular Gorilla Tag has made its way onto the App Lab, and while I don't understand its appeal, you can check it out for free and find out if you like it or not. Another game that I'm constantly hearing about is Guardians. This is a blend of RTS and FPS that you can play online with your friends. It's got a little bit of a Starship Troopers vibe, and I've been dying to jump into this game. And the last game I'm going to mention is Warplane's World War I Fighters. If you ever wanted to jump into the cockpit of some classic fighter planes, well, now you can. You'll have the option of engaging in realistic dogfights, but if that's not your style, there's an arcade mode to crank up the action. So that's just a really quick look at some of the new games currently available on App Lab, and right now on the screen I'm showing all the titles that you can go ahead and check out. If App Lab games feel a little bit too beta for you, we do have some new official releases. First up is Flow Weaver. Flow Weaver is a fantasy-style, narrative-themed escape room. It's currently available from the Oculus Store on both the Quest and Rift platforms, and you can also pick it up for PC VR from Steam. The campaign is roughly 3 hours of puzzle solving in an immersive world. So if that sounds like something you're looking for, go check out Flow Weaver. Now, if you need even more VR puzzle action, Floor Plan 2 is coming to the Oculus, Quest, and PC VR on April 1st. And if you've never actually heard of the original Floor Plan title, well, it was a Gear VR game. This latest installment will feature 4 to 5 hours of puzzle solving in an adorable looking VR environment. You'll also have the option to revisit completed puzzles that will be remixed for an added challenge. That'll definitely add some nice replayability to this title. But let's move on to another upcoming title that people are absolutely hyped for. The VR MMO Zenith has been dropping a lot of footage online recently, and pre-orders that include alpha access are now available. There's currently 3 pre-order options available: a standard edition for $29.99, which just gives you access to the game when it releases; a deluxe edition available for $39.99, which will give you access to 1 alpha session on April 19th to April 26th, and 1 beta session at a to-be-determined date. And finally, we have the Collector's Edition for $59.99, which gives you access to 2 beta weeks and 2 alpha weeks. The alpha weeks are listed as April 19th to April 26th, and May 31st to June 6th, but these dates are subject to change. I'm going to be in the first alpha session, so I'm looking forward to telling you guys more about this game. Okay guys, that was the game news, and now we're going to move into some bigger industry-related topics. Currently, Facebook has nearly 10,000 employees working on VR and AR. This is roughly 1/5 of the entire staff. Facebook also has almost 1,000 VR-related job openings right now. So the question becomes, how is anyone going to be able to compete with this? We know Facebook is committed to VR, and this tremendous staff is allowing them to continually push the industry forward. But again, this makes me extremely concerned that Facebook will eventually be the only player in the VR industry. Hopefully some other companies like Valve, HTC, Sony, and maybe even Microsoft start making some moves. Speaking of making some moves, there are some new standalone VR headsets coming out this year in 2021, but the one I'm about to mention I don't think will be major competition to the Oculus Quest, at least not in the American market. After a successful round of funding, Pico has announced that they will be producing the Pico Neo 3 this year. The Pico Neo 2 was similar to the original Oculus Quest, but did feature some upgrades. The display was 4K and the field of view was over 100 degrees. They also had a separate version with built-in eye tracking. And while there are no specs available for the Pico Neo 3 right now, I expect it to be similar to an upgraded Oculus Quest 2. But like I stated earlier, Pico doesn't really have a presence in the American market, so I'm not expecting this to be a challenge to the Quest 2, but if Pico can't do it, maybe HTC can. So I think now is a perfect time to discuss what the hell is HTC doing. If you were following HTC Vive on Twitter last week, you watched them take their hype train and completely derail it. After days of teasing us, and even an interview where the president of HTC Vive said that a new headset is coming this year, we got an announcement for new Vive trackers and a facial tracker. So this is basically two products that no one was asking for. Yes, the facial tracking is quite cool, but this is super niche. It only works for the HTC Vive Pro, and there's only about 2 different titles that support it. It's also not technically new. This has been available for enterprise for nearly a year. So while I do think facial tracking is the future of VR, this isn't really a great product that we should be all hyped about. They also introduced the 3.0 version of the Vive trackers. They're smaller, they're lighter, and unfortunately they're more expensive. To make matters even worse, the Tundra tracker is on the way. That Kickstarter will begin the end of this month on March 29th, and the product is expected to go on sale in July, and the trackers will be 30% cheaper than HTC's new solution. They're even cheaper if you buy a larger bundle. Tundra trackers are also smaller and may have a similar battery life. We're still waiting on that information though. Tundra trackers also have one major advantage over HTC, namely you won't need one dongle per tracker. Tundra Tracker features 3 specific dongles. There's one that allows you to connect up to 3 trackers, another for 5, and another for 7. Currently on screen I have a breakdown of the pricing, but if you go for the 7 tracker version from Tundra Trackers, you would save $70 and 6 USB ports over the Vive 2.0 trackers. And you would save $280 over the 3.0 trackers. So this is another place where you really have to wonder, what the heck is HTC doing? They were the only company producing this tracking solution, and now they're getting beat out by a startup. If HTC was just able to keep the pricing the same, there would be plenty of people out there who are happy, but instead they shot themselves in the foot by increasing that price tag by 30%. Now HTC might have blown this hype train, but there's more on the way. They're still out there teasing people on Twitter, they even stopped by my last video and dropped a comment, so this definitely isn't the end of the upcoming announcements. We do know a new headset or headsets is coming this year, but there's no additional information. Hopefully, once again, HTC doesn't blow this opportunity. I have 2 imaginary products that I would love to see come true. The first one I'm calling the Vive in 1, which is simply a Quest 2 clone. It doesn't need to outperform the Quest 2 or even have any new bells and whistles. People are looking for a headset that's not linked to Facebook, and they're willing to pay a little bit extra for it. If HTC can get standalone games on their Vive Infinity platform, then this would be a home run. And the next product is what I like to call the Vive in 1 Elite, which is a 2-in-1 headset that has no compromises. HTC can throw everything they have at it, their eye tracking, facial tracking, wireless game streaming, Vive Infinity service, you name it, throw it all into one package so there's nothing else out there that really competes. And then HTC has suddenly covered both the high-end and low-end of the VR market. There's currently 2 types of people out there who will buy into VR. Those who are currently excited and would love to jump in, but it's either too expensive or they don't want to deal with Facebook. And the other group out there is the enthusiast. Those who want an experience you can't get anywhere else, are willing to spend hundreds of dollars on full body tracking, and if you offer them something that isn't out there, they will buy it. I would personally love an upgrade to my Valve Index. But maybe I'm completely wrong here, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm really scared HTC can blow this opportunity, but I'll remain cautiously optimistic. Okay everybody, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you guys on next time.